Welcome, Natalia, to our studio. It's a pleasure to have you as a guest. You are with us on Future of Money. It's a series of interviews and panels that we do with industry leaders, with founders, with our peers, investors, to talk about broad variety of issues. With me in the studio also is Simon Babakani, who is our Zebec CEO. And we're talking today about RWA. You have been doing RWA before it became one of the hottest narratives in the industry. Your company, Propy, been bringing real estate on chain for now, 5 years plus. Your thesis has been regionally inspired and guided by academic research from a variety of universities, Harvard, Princeton, and Oxford, where you hold one of your degrees. You're also a software engineer. You're a developer of real estate and OG, as the people say, really in the crypto space. You got me into crypto since I had the privilege of working for Propy. And take it from here when we get to, there's nothing more real and real world assets than real estate. So I'll let you talk about it and take us back. Before that, let me hand it over to Simon to introduce us, our vision of RWA and what Zebec does.
Great. Thanks, Elena. So Zebec is a pioneer in Web3 payments, and we've been at the forefront of RWA since we first tokenized payroll back in 2021 when we launched the company. Our RWA thesis at Zebec has always been simple. Demand for stablecoin payroll and Web3 payments will continue to grow with time. We're at the cutting edge of tokenization as the first company to bring real-world payroll assets on-chain in the form of USDC, backed by fiat payroll flows. This year, we're on track to process nearly $1 billion in real-world payroll volume. And every month, we see a higher and higher rate of conversion to USDC, enabled by the Zebec Pay app and our WageLink early wage tool. The opportunity presented by tokenized payroll opens many possibilities to employees who can now send money globally faster, cheaper, and easier than any of the existing solutions on the market today. So at Zebec, we have a little different view on RWA as it's very much focused on payroll, but that's where we were born as a company, and that's where all of our other products built an ecosystem around.
Thanks, Simon, for setting us up. Natalia, this is your stage and this is your role. So tell us how you see things in tokenization and RWA and what trends you're willing to share with us.
Absolutely. Elena, thank you so much for having me and inviting to this RWA podcast. Simon, pleasure to meet you. And it's amazing to learn about the traction that we get the payroll as a real world asset now on chain. I'm super excited about this trend that evolved a couple years ago, but really started to take off. And there is an inflection point this year. After BlackRock announced their Bitcoin ETFs and a number of other institutional players got approved with Bitcoin and now Ethereum ETFs, it really set the tone for institutions to look at all types of assets that they operate, right? This year, 2024, is the gateway for stable coins, dollars to be tokenized, bills to be tokenized. But as we know, BlackRock manages around $10 trillion of different assets all over the world, including equities, real estate, and whatnot. So, of course, their natural question after getting into this fascinating space of the new generation of internet is how they can manage their different types of assets better now with this new innovative technology. And Elena, as you mentioned, my company has been around for some years now, as our main mission is to bring real estate on chain. We believe is the next largest application after money to be brought on chain. It's an asset that is considered to be digital because ownership is a digital record, while the walls are immovable. So it's really this asset, huge asset class, $300 trillion asset class that is prone to be tokenized as the next big wave in our industry. And so it just happens to be that we're in real estate and there is new evolving trend. RWA, real world asset, is the right category for us. So we're very satisfied to drive this wave together with other doers in the space.
And Natalia, talk about what it means for the whole ownership. It's the on-chain, not only you focus on transactions and simplifying and automating the real estate transactions, but there's a new benefits that you actually advocate for.
Absolutely. So first of all, Propy is a title and escrow licensed company that operates in America. So we do a lot of transactions that are traditional in terms of closings and escrow and title. And we know that at some point there won't be a need of human interaction in the closing process. And so we're using AI and smart contract enabled settlement to drive this kind of hopefully self-driving transactions via technology. But the most innovative thing that we've invented is transferring of ownership via the NFT standard. And it would unlock a whole new housing economy that we know is the backbone of the American economy and multiple other countries. If you get into the concept behind the Mystery of Capital book by economist Fernando de Soto, you can now actually see that property ownership recorded in a proper manner is the foundation of capitalism and democracy. So imagine if we can transfer ownership peer-to-peer in real estate. Again, that's the innovation that Propy has introduced recently. But now imagine that there is also a possibility to get instant loans and get financing for those NFT-backed collateral. So let's say there is a home buyer, Joe, he purchases a real estate-backed NFT on Propy. Then he wants to issue a loan against this NFT-backed collateral. Joe deposits his NFT with a platform, which of course gradually will become a DeFi platform. But then the platform evaluates the market value of the property, and a margin factor is determined and assigned, let's say 60% of, let's say, $715,000 valuation, so it's $450K. And then Propy assigns this USD collateral for the determined loan amount. The USDC must be locked to ensure that the stable coin that can potentially issue USDRE is always fully backed by the USDC stablecoin. And then an ERC20 USDRE token is minted, backing the $450,000 collateral. And then Joe receives this $450,000 in the stable coin in return to his NFT. And then this whole protocol could be used in lending protocols such as Maple, Centrifuge, Maker. He can issue a loan on the DeFi lending protocol using this USDRE collateral. And when it's time to repay the loan, Joe can do so on Maple, Centrifuge, receive back his $450,000 tokens and reclaim his NFT on Propy. If there is a default, then those protocols can use the RE tokens to USDC at 1-to-1 conversion rate. So obviously that's a very workable scenario of how to use a property-backed NFT in a DeFi manner. And that's how we see the future will evolve in real estate, and not only. And that's the way to, again, not only bring and originate the real estate assets on chain, but also ensure that it's a part of the decentralized finance ecosystem.
You're talking about making it more liquid, right? So it can not only can it be transferred easier, but it also can be borrowed against, as it is right now in the traditional financial world. But their instruments that you're developing with partners are moving it on the chain. Looking at the trends, what are your analysis and observations? Because you spend more time in this, especially in the real estate RWA world, participating in forums. What are you seeing as how long will it take? What is the hurdles to overcome? What's the regulatory structure? What is your prediction, so to say?
Yeah, I wouldn't say any specific numbers in terms of predictions. We're in this space that is moving so fast, and it's quite volatile, so it's not really the place to make predictions. So overall, as we've got through several crypto winters, I think the crypto community, the consumer, are now willing to get risk-adjusted returns, and that's why we see the opportunities in RWA. While in the first crypto springs and crypto summers, so to say, retail was looking only for high returns, and that's why they would invest in altcoins or infrastructure project tokens. and absolutely disregard the more stable asset classes. However, what we've seen, let's say in 2021, with the past bull run, those crypto holders that made substantial returns, they would always actually exit into assets like real estate. But first, they would exit their position, pay taxes, and then they would acquire real estate. And in fact, there is a research made by Redfin, which is not a Web3 platform. So it was surprising that a traditional real estate player conducted such research that discovered that 11% of home buyers in America, those first home buyers, utilize crypto to purchase, to fund their down payment and to purchase homes, which is a fascinating number. So definitely this new generation of crypto holders are willing to invest in risk-adjusted asset classes. And so that's why we'll see even more projects coming up with different structures. Also, the infrastructure is ready for that. We really needed mature layer 2s on Ethereum and other networks to get the more mature transactions to be more affordable for those asset issuance. Where also 2024 is a significant one with more movement, positive movement on the regulatory side. And I think next year we'll absolutely get more clarity on the token side, securities versus utility tokens, because it's about time to finally get there. And now that Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs have been approved by SEC, there is no turning back. I think we'll further see more government blessing on this innovation.
Hopefully that will lead to broader adoption as well as further knowledge and understanding of the industry, because I know that you've spent significant amount of time and effort on education. So listen, I know you granted us 15 minutes. I want to be respectful of my commitment. Is there anything that I haven't asked you that you would like to wrap it up with? And again, thank you for coming on our discussion.
I would like only to mention that we've recently launched our new project called Propy Keys, where you're able to mint your home address anywhere in the world. It's fun. It's very cost effective. If you have a PFP in your wallet or a domain name in your wallet, why not to have your address? You can go to Coinbase wallet and mint a home address and get reward from Coinbase and Propy tokens. And then if you're an owner, you can further upgrade it and really turn this asset, this address, into real world asset NFT. And then potentially when we introduce those DeFi lending protocols, you can use it as a collateral. So just wanted to, for all of you, to invite to check out propykeys.com, mint your home address, tell your friends.
Thank you, Natalia. Simon, is there anything that you wanted to bring up as we complete the interview?
I think we covered a lot in a short time. So thank you so much, Natalia, for being part of our panel today.
Thank you, Simon. Thank you, Elena. It was a pleasure.